It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air.
Hello everybody and welcome to another KrebsCOHO replay. Now, I'll tell you guys, I am so glad to be doing this replay for you guys. I was playing Black Ops today, started playing, and you know, I bet this happens to a lot of you guys, but you start playing the game, and it just starts dragging on for hours, and you know what, I had a free day, so whatever. Just starting the game turns out into quite a few hours. Now, I'm going to actually focus on, in this replay, just my reasoning behind things, so I think this would be a good start to just telling you guys why I choose certain things, such as my weapon attachments, which weapons I use, and you know, my perks and sort of stuff like that. But anyway, so let's just get started with the obvious. So let's look at the weapon that I'm using right now. I'm using the MPL, and I'm sure you guys are aware that these are submachine guns. Now, the advantages of submachine guns over other weapons, for example, is their very high fire rate. In general, all of them have very high fire rates. Also, other things to take note of is the small crosshair. So if you look at the crosshairs in the center of the screen, you'll see that they're quite small in comparison to the other guns, such as the assault rifles and the light machine guns. Now, what that means is that you have a lower spread, so your bullets are going to be more on target. So that's pretty damn cool. You don't really need a steady aim pro, and if you had that on, then you'd be super accurate. Now, the thing that I'm using actually two attachments. So obviously, which perk I'm using is Warlord. Now, the reason I'm using Warlord is because, well, the MPL, it already has a lot of bullets in it. It has 32 bullets. So I'm going to be using rapid fire to try and get those bullets out really fast. And basically what I like to think is the more bullets you get out over time, the more damage you do. So I know that there's other guns out there that do more damage than the submachine guns easily, but I'm thinking the more bullets you get out, then the more damage you'll do over in the long run. The also other thing that I'm getting on this this gun is a grip. So the grip in general just reduces the kickback, and it just makes your gun more accurate. So that's pretty dang cool, like, because usually the submachine guns have a lot of kickback. Like, you'll try to aim it at somebody and you'll start firing and it'll just start jumping up in the air like mad. And so when you have the grip on, it just makes life a whole bunch easier at actually aiming at guys. So yeah, that's why I have two attachments on. Now, you could say, why don't I put on sleight of hand pro? I mean, if it's a submachine gun, I'm getting bullets out so fast, then I should really use sleight of hand. But the reason I don't use sleight of hand is because this is the MPL. Now, submachine guns usually come in like two different classes of bullets. You have your standard 20 bullets in a clip, or you have the larger ones like the MPL with 32 and the Spec 2 with 30. So I don't have to reload as often. Obviously, I'm still going to have to reload quite a lot, but not as often. So that's why I don't have to use Sleight of Hand Pro. And I mean, the reload speeds on submachine guns are still quite fast without Sleight of Hand. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's why I don't use it. And if you guys just noticed that little wee blue bird in the center screen, that is Scavenger. Now, Scavenger is so useful, especially with the submachine guns. I bet it's useful with the other guns as well, but submachine guns, I think it's like just second-hand nature sort of thing to use with them. I mean, when you're picking up bullets all the time, because submachine guns, as I said, they have very small clip sizes, so you'll be running through bullets like mad, especially if you have rapid fire on. So basically, when you have Scavenger, you just go over somebody, and like there, you just pick up bullets, and that just keeps you going on and on and on. So if you guys notice in this replay, I use MPL this entire time, not even facing anyone else using the MPL against me. So I'm just picking up bullets from these people basically, and that is so freaking useful. So very good thing to use. But you know, then again, there's also other stuff like Ghost, for example. Now, just a bit off topic, I think the PC is just in a whole sort of different league. Like, I notice people are very experienced here in the PC in a way. First off, the controls are a bit better than the normal console controllers, as in you can access your crouch buttons, your stab buttons immediately. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is people stab like mad. I know that there's a lot of stabbing in the console versions, but I mean, this is just, it happens all the time. Like, people just, whenever they come around a corner, they quickly stab you because the controls are just so close to each other. They also like to crouch down, so they can do both of everything. And so basically it just feels like you're in a totally different league. And so I would definitely recommend, if you had to choose between two first perks, either go for Ghost Pro or Scavenger, because I mean they're gonna help a lot. I mean, Ghost Pro will definitely give you like an edge over people. There's always spy planes going up above, so sometimes I've wondered like, how the heck did somebody just kill me there? You know, I mean, the hacking isn't that big in this game, but obviously there's a lot of spy planes, and without Ghost, then people can anticipate where you're coming from. And so yeah, that's why I think, yeah, how did they know I was coming this way? So yep, just basically two different choices, Ghost Pro or Scavenger. So what else do I have right now? I also, when it comes to my grenades, I like using just a standard frag grenade. There's always that choice between the Semtex and frag. The reason I like the frag is just how you can have the cook time in your hand. So say if somebody is hiding like in a building, I think it is so cool. Just hold that grenade, that lethal grenade in your hand just a little bit, and then chuck it up, and before they even realize something went through the window, bam, it just takes them out. So I think it is just so cool to do something like that. I also like to put on either flashbangs or concussions, and the reason I use those is just because, you know, they're so useful. I mean, concussions just you know, disorientate people. Flashbangs just take out people, not take them out, but they disorientate them as well, like sort of make them blind and slow. So yeah, I just use both of those. Definitely would recommend something like that. And so right now, just going along, I thought, yeah, I'll just start talking about commentating what's going on. Now, I saw this guy here, took a few shots at him, got him the second chance. I didn't have any bullets left, so I was thinking, okay, if he shoots me once, then I'm probably gonna die. So I just waited out a little bit, just so I could stab him without dying. And so there you guys go. Got more bullets just from picking up extras from Scavenger. So useful. I mean, you guys really gotta take notice of this stuff. Also, I think like another really useful perk for your first one might be Flak Jacket. Like, I see a lot of pros use Flak Jacket, and you might be thinking, oh, well, that must be useless. I mean, why would you use Flak Jacket? But like, actually, it's actually pretty good, considering how many times you might run into claymores. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, this is the end of the replay. Just got a little wee headshot in the end there. I believe my score was 20 for 1, so that is pretty dang cool. Getting used to the controls, as you guys might be aware of. And anyway, this is KrebsCOHO. So glad to speak to you guys. Hopefully you guys can give me a bit of feedback. Hopefully not too much flack anyway. So see you guys later, and